don't know about too many vessels because they can screw up your golems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the vassals could be... You don't have that many terminal spaces, so when they miss, it hurts quite a lot.
Yeah, can just kill your turn if golem hits like vassal trading post and the vassal misses.
Yeah. If you do get to the point where you have, 6 or 8 mark experiments or whatever a turn, then it's maybe safe. But by that point, you're probably just into platina for money. It's not clear that they'll get piles down either here, I guess. Depends on if they run the golems all the way.
Yeah.
I guess estates... Well, it would be hard to do estates and experiments. So it kind of looks like they may get into the green here.
Yeah, experiments, well, they're a bit hard to pile because you put them back, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, here you can do it, right? It's not that hard to do it. It just takes buys. And so it's hard to do it plus another pile. Yeah.
Yeah.
So unless a second pile goes, they're not really much of an option for that. This is what you get for playing with golems. This is just what everyone who ever buys a golem deserves.
Yeah, real sad. Now, maybe if the smugglers had been a vessel, it would have revealed a grand market to play on. But just swingy, nothing you can do about it. Well, if there's no village that you can play before your golem.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody's gotten a platinum.
Platinum, yeah. It does look a bit strange.
Yeah, I think it's about time for one. Oh, there's also the golem tunnel combo on this board.
Yeah.
And crop rotation also, but
it's hard to do that with colonies, I guess.
Yeah.
I've never played the tunnel crop rotation one. I don't think I've ever rolled it.
I've had it in a game with Shepard. That was really cool.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I did roll it once. I just can't remember if it was a real game or if I was just messing around with the bots. It's not clear to me how many smugglers you actually want, because they're going to shift to gaining things that you can't even smuggle.
Yeah.
So I'm not convinced by second smugglers. Because ideally, at the end of their turn, the experiments maybe are empty, and then they buy like a platinum. And so then what are you doing with the smugglers? It's just nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. If you can get experiments off it, it's okay, but I think you can just shut that down.
Well, if you play your own experiments before your smuggler, you can get those back, but maybe golem hits smugglers.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
they are empty,
Yeah.
and then you're sad.
I'm kind of imagining. Yeah, and that's sensitive to sequence of your hand, so.
Yeah. And also another card that Golem can trip over
Yeah.
the smugglers.
It just seems late for it since the best smuggler target is gone.
Yeah. How many experiments does Marcus have now? Like 6?
Not sure. He
I
got...
think
He returned some of the ones he gained during his turn, so I'm not actually certain. Experiments.
He might be in a position now where he can just deny those. Well, at least the amount he's got.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if his states are easy, Shaka, because you're going to play the golem and it might end up returning some experiments, which adds another buy needed. It's not infeasible though. Another experiment play is totally safe. And then he lacks buys to do it. 2 buys. But this is win in hand. So.
Oh right, you can smuggle the experiments, right?
Yep. This is the win now. So he spots it. So good to Naismith.
Nicely done. Yeah, so that was maybe a bit too aggressive by Marcus, right?
Yeah.
Leaving the board in that state. So this is some bridge troll thing, I would believe.
Yeah. The villages are kind of weakish, but you can make it work.
Yeah, with the lackeys and Ghost Town, I think you can do it.
Yeah, I mean, you certainly couldn't let it go uncontested, even if it doesn't end up playing that well when both do it.
Yeah. Yeah, if just one person gets to do it, they just empty provinces in one turn.
Yeah.
And if both do it, then they have to dance around some 3 piles probably.
Yeah. And like the village in the draw is weak, on the weaker side.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have some sad turns, I'm sure.
There's also Ghost here, but it's not even that strong. Well, it's strong, but like you don't want it to hit bridge trolls or something.
Yeah, you really want it to hit like lackeys, but
yeah,
you don't.
Or sentry maybe.
Yeah, well, you probably aren't buying sentries really by the time you have. Though the lackeys, I guess, could also be gone by then.
Yeah, maybe you can just do cemeteries.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you don't care that much if it hits a bridge troll. It still gives you 1 action played and you get the buys.
That's true.
I mean, realistically, how many... You probably play the ghost at most like 2 times before the game's over.
Yeah.
So even having it hit bridge troll once and sit out might be okay.
Might even help you 3 pile
Yep.
at the right time.
Yeah.
Or any Smith doesn't want their ghost, just trashes that mirror.
And I'm fine with that too. If you get out ahead here, you don't necessarily need it.
Yeah, it also made this shuffle better, right? Because he played the lackeys afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And got the cemetery off, so that seems pretty good.
Yeah, I
Seems
mean
alright to
he
not
got
hit ghost.
really clean over the one turn.
Yeah.
Though Marcus is moving along too quite well.
Yeah, he's pretty clean as well. He's also first player, which probably pretty good on this board.
Yeah, I mean if he just keeps hammering bridge trolls, ghost towns, lackeys, he probably stays ahead here.
Yeah.
Just by virtue of getting 2 bridge trolls in first. He may not even have to do a cemetery, though there might be a spot where he wants to.
I mean, it's also gonna be a cheap one at some point, right?
Yeah.
You've got enough bridge trolls down. Yeah, so looking pretty good for Markus, I guess.
Yeah, I mean Naismith is counting money now because he needs to buy a bridge troll this turn.
Right, he's got one down there, right?
Yeah, there's one in the bottom 3, and then he probably wants to buy a ghost town too, or a lackeys. So he's got to have enough money for that. I mean, he doesn't have to have enough money for that, but I think he probably wants enough money for that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't get a bridge troll here, you just lose, I think. Of course, I have the benefit of seeing Marcus's hand, but
It's to assume that you need to get it here. So otherwise, you just slow down too much.
yeah.
So this could be like bridge troll, ghost town, lackeys for Markus.
Mm-hmm. That looks good to me. The exact mix, I guess, of ghost town and lackeys maybe isn't a huge deal, but those buys look good.
Yeah. I mean, the ghost town's also nice to just make the start of your turn a little better, right?
Yep. Yeah, I think unfortunately for Naismith, if this just keeps going, he'll definitely... Marcus should have a path where he can pretty safely win.
Yeah. Also, once you, like, when he takes more bridge trolls and then Naismith wants to follow, that's already 3-pile territory. So
Yeah.
Marcus being the first one to take additional bridge trolls is just really good here.
Marcus may be able to add 2 on his next turn. That might be greedier than necessary, though.
He's gonna do what?
I said Marcus might be able to take 2 trolls on his next turn, but it might be greedier than necessary.
Right. They're gonna be at 2 probably. Or maybe you can do it like for 2 coins, and then ghost towns are free, lackeys are free. You have lots of buys. Do you want to trash this lackeys? All of them?
You should be okay to keep it for now. You're not even... You're only spending 1 villager. I wouldn't trash it there. I mean, maybe you get into action trouble next turn, but I don't think so.
should have enough actions also if he buys them. Now I guess it's just counting out how to set this up, more or less.
Yeah, I mean, as long as he doesn't put it into buy range of whatever Naismith has, he can just
Yeah.
mostly just keep building up to whatever he wants to.
Yeah, there's like nothing that Nasmith can really, because Marcus has 5 trolls now, and if Nasmith also wants to get 5, he opens up the pile out probably.
Yeah, I guess Marcus will have 6 buys. So it won't quite be... Naismith could take trolls and then some other thing without quite making the pile out go.
Yeah.
I think, if I've counted correctly.
Yeah, probably, right? He can leave it so that 6 buys can't win. But then of course he can't get, well, he can get some lackeys or ghost towns on top, but he's really limited in what he can do.
The main reason I like Marcus keeping the lackeys is because he still has a lot of stop cards, and I just wouldn't want to draw into a hand that
That's true.
that's
nice
stopped when you're ahead. Like, this hand already is not looking that great, to be honest. I mean, I know there's ghost towns coming down the line, but like, I want the lackeys in the deck. I'm not saying for the buy. I don't care about the buys that much, but I assume he just can't trash it, but
he's having real money problems, right? Oh. If he can play 2 trolls, then everything gets cheaper, but still, he only has 4 money now. Also, he could buy 2 trolls and like a lackeys. And then there's 6 things left.
Next turn, Marcus can add a charm and score points.
Yeah, that sounds good.
And then, I guess depending on the buys, exactly, potentially some more of the lackeys or the ghost towns.
There's also a triumph here, which might come in handy for piling and scoring.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I suspect it wouldn't change the outcome ever, but it might, I guess. My guess would be anything that you could have scored with Triumph, you would have been able to catch them on duchies, you know.
Yeah, probably.
If there was a pile out that came up. I guess with the money, there's because duchies should be 0 for everybody, so.
Yeah, so well, it looks pretty grim for Nasmith. I guess you just take 2 trolls and the lackeys, maybe a silver.
He probably has to add a charm. Yeah, I was going to say he might need to add a charm and just hope he draws. He does need... I don't know if not taking the bridge troll is going to do it for him or not, though. He doesn't... He almost has to buy Ghost Town. Or lackeys.
Maybe he didn't want the troll because of action problems. He only has 3 villagers left.
Yeah. I think the issue is going to be Marcus just scores a little bit here and adds another buy, and then what does Naismith do after that? I mean, he has to. Marcus has to miss something, miss a draw.
Yeah. Well, he will be running short on villagers after this turn, so he's gonna look out for that. Needs to look out for that.
I don't quite see what windfall is gonna do for you.
I don't know. Then
this is more of a gain issue than anything.
Yeah. Then you also leave the trolls out for Marcus, which he can then probably take. So, and set up a pile out even easier.
Yeah. Marcus here just needs to figure out like how many points he needs to score so that he can take some ghost towns or lackeys. You know, like if he takes, maybe he uses a triumph here.
Oh, he could.
But like, he can also just do some duchies or like duchy province, and then that would allow him to take a couple. Well, at least one more ghost town. He doesn't have to push too hard either. He can just add a buy and get some points, and then
maybe he could also add in some free sentries.
Yeah.
To find the stuff that he needs.
Yeah, the sentries are fine. I would certainly get some of those.
Now you don't want to play too many lackeys anymore, right? Because villagers are running.
I don't know if you need 2 charms. But I wonder if he'll get a ghost town. That's interesting. I guess since he has the 3 bridge trolls played on that turn, it's not a huge deal if he doesn't play the 2 this turn.
Could be a bit scary.
I mean, the way
that-wise.
Yeah. As Cave points out, I mean, the way he did it, Triumph is just like basically strictly better. I mean, it's another point, and it's the estate is more trashable, and I don't think lowering the estates opens you up to a particular 3 pile. So,
yeah, that's true.
So the Triumph looks just definitely RTT, but it still looks nicer. He didn't spend all his money. He had $5. He had $2 at the end. Steph.
Nasmith will also be getting action problems, I believe.
Oh, definitely. Marcus's hand is actually really bad.
Yeah, good dot here.
I mean, he has 3 bridge trolls down, so it's not. There's limits to how bad it actually is. But 3, 4. Maybe it's already basically in hand. Actually, how much? Probably not after Naismith takes a lead, but Because he's going to have 4, 5, 6, 7 gains. I guess it's just in hand already.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Yeah. Nasmith.
Ended.
Yeah. Can do whatever. There's not like a points lead he can take, though, is there, guys? Like, he's going to... Because Counter Triumph is going to overtop that, I think. Maybe not. I guess on the Cemetery, if he does the Cemetery, then it will... He might be out of range, but...
It's kind of awkward for Nasmith, right? If he just goes full green to max out points, then his next turns will be just really bad. And if he doesn't, then Marcus piles.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that there's a play where he... When was in hand from the very start? Like, even before he drew off Ghost Town?
Doesn't seem to notice it. Oh, he sure will later, once he has played through. Maybe he saw it now.
He had 7 buys from his opening hand. Maybe it was after he drew from the Ghost Town, but
No, he does see it.
VP's easy. I mean, he could Dutchy, he could whatever. So good game to Marcus. Yeah, that was tough. The only way Nasmith was getting back in that is if Marcus had a hand where he didn't draw into the bridge troll he just bought. I think
it's really tough as second player on that board. If both draw really well.
Yeah. I mean, if they don't, I mean, you need them to have some kind of missed turn.
Yeah.
Which isn't that hard. I mean, at the start, he could easily have bottom decked a bridge troll at some point, but.
Yeah, I guess it needed to happen at the start because in the mid game their decks were pretty stable.
Yeah.
This is a play-in match for League A next season. Oh, he's not actually listening, so.
I do that sometimes.
So this looks nice.
Good fortress stuff.
Yeah. Some fortresses, heralds, militia in deck, I guess. Altar.
Yeah. You should really have enough fortresses that you're not... I mean, not that you want a ton, but you don't have to worry too much about Herald revealing a trasher out of turn in a bad time.
Yeah. Can also salvage fortresses, but
I don't like the conclave particularly.
Yeah, I mean neither. Oh,
But
maybe he
they
probably wants to hit 6, right? For an altar.
Yeah, but I don't know if it helps you that much to do that. I mean, I guess it has to help a little bit, but I'd almost think taking this. I mean, they got the salvager, so I guess it's the same. But there's a bad. Oh, he has city gate, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, you take conclave over silver. I guess I'm just not sure how many silver equivalents you need, but
can salvage the conclave here to get an altar, but
yeah.
I don't know if you want to do that.
I would.
Oh, that is better.
Oh yeah. The city gate stuff. This is nice. For Naismith. Oh, it doesn't matter because of the city gate, but
There's
so
also
they both
passages
manage an
here
altar.
to set up heralds, but it's not like you get passages just for that.
Right. Yeah, it would be hard to buy a passage over some other 4,
Yeah.
I think. At least for quite a while.
Yeah, maybe later once all the good stuff is gone.
Yeah, I mean, certainly not before Herald, as John says.
Yeah. This is nice for Marcus that he gets to 4 of that trash.
Mm-hmm. Once you've trashed a lot more, Ravenshard, is he in here? We gotta know.
Nope.
Gotta know. Nope. Well, John's answer is good enough.
Do you want a second altar here?
Yeah, altars. Yeah, I would take at least 2 here.
Sounds good, right?
I
You
would-
can also keep
I-
on gaining with the fortresses.
Yeah, I would take as many as I thought I could get away with.
They both get a second one.
Not yet. I wouldn't get a third until I was drawing. Which potentially, I guess, not at all, but the changelings are a little greedy.
Could be Pearl Divers maybe.
Mm-hmm.
As herald targets, right? I guess draw is gonna be a bit hard with 3 altars, right?
Yeah. They just need to start hitting the heralds really hard.
Yeah. How's the split actually? I think Smith has 4 now. I would think so.
Marcus really needs a hit on his herald. This sort of works. He should take two heralds here.
Yeah. Yeah, heralds seem really important, right? Because it's draw.
Yeah. There's no reason to run anything else. I mean, nothing else should run out, really. I mean,
Yeah.
other things might just because of the gaining, but... So he should gain 4. Oh, he goes to Secret Passage. That's fine.
Hmm.
And that might be better than the Fortress at this stage.
Yeah, he's still got lots of treasure left, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I do prefer the Secret Passage. I don't think Fortress is doing much for you on this shuffle anyway.
Yeah, true. He doesn't really need the fortress, right? He just feeds his altars with treasure.
The coppers still need to be dealt with.
Oh, that's
And
nice.
like this is really nice.
This is a really good turn for
Yeah.
him.
Like here, he can take 1. I mean, the thing is, you only really need one. I mean, you need more than one because some of them will get. Sometimes it'll get sucked out by the fortress, by the heralds. But he looks pretty solidly ahead now.
Yeah, this turn was really great. And Markus getting some really sad heralds. Do you have a pilgrimage here?
I'm not sure. It's not really that good, actually.
Yeah, right. Not so much stuff that you want to gain off it.
Like, it's fine. I just don't know if it is that exciting. Like, your targets... Yeah, I mean, like, your targets would be, like, Fortress Secret Passage and then one of Salvager or Altar, I guess, would be your triple. But...
Nasmith with another great turn.
Yeah, well, now he'll just be totally clean. It'll be hard for him to to really dud at all. He can do Fortress on the Salvager. Yeah, he can just get passages and fortresses. He could even start greening, though I don't know if he has a reason to yet.
I mean, this could be a province, right?
Yeah. I mean, it could be.
Fortress Pilgrimage, also reasonable.
Yeah. Yeah, and also just doing the buys to get the payload in now is also fine versus a pilgrimage. The thing is, one of the gains off the pilgrimage is going to be marginal for sure. Like the extra copy of Fortress or whatever is not going to be like a big boost to your deck. So it's a question of whether delaying those 3 gains is worth that one card that's not actually going to be that good for you.
That's true. Then I think I like having it more. I like having it now more.
Yeah, because I mean, adding your 4th copy of Fortress doesn't change your deck really.
Yeah.
Very much. I mean, it's possible to have bad draws where you get messed up and it hurts you, but not super likely.
Like, Nasmith's really far ahead now, right? Markus even doubled last turn.
Yeah. There's a limit here to how much you can build, though, so he doesn't have to green, but it's not crazy because he can't like add more draw to match the payload he puts in.
Yeah.
So he did a nice little thing there to get a secret passage top decked.
Oh yeah, that's nice. And he's never gonna dud with all these passages in his deck.
No, I mean, he could start provinces and he could start milling them as well.
Could do province secret passage here. Sounds totally fine.
Mm-hmm. I don't really like the pilgrimage. I don't know what the building, unless he's just targeting running 3 piles, which I guess is fine.
Yeah, maybe.
You can't really increase your payload anymore because all your heralds are already hitting. And yeah, I guess that's true, Johns.
Yeah.
But you can't really add payload now. Like now he's not, I don't think he's guaranteed to play all these salvagers.
That seems a bit excessive to me, all these salvagers.
Because all the heralds hit right before the last turn. So he can't get more draw than that. And he had one fortress left in hand. So, oh man, he destroyed the chat window.
Maybe if you reload, it's gonna come back, right?
Yeah. I guess I'll do that. All right.
So another pretty mediocre turn for Marcus there.
Had Marcus played a militia on Nasmith during? Okay, he had. So, but did he have this previous turn? He didn't. So he does have 2 more cards draw this time. So that should cover the salvagers he added.
Oh right.
But that wouldn't have worked if Marcus had played militia, but now he should have it covered. I guess he did a little bit of gain and play last time too, so maybe it was always going to be okay. Anyway, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gains plus the pilgrimages.
Yeah, this should easily win, right?
10 gains. So super, super easy. Alright, I overcounted gains a little bit, but 9 gains. Well, he can chain also a little bit. No, yeah, he can chain a little bit, so it's really more like 10 or 11.
Can even gain and play a salvager, right?
Yeah.
Oh, nicely done. Well played.
Yep. I don't know what the format of this is. It a first to 3.5 thing?
It's first to 3.5. So with the usual 7th sudden death game.
Okay.
So 2-1 so far. First player won every time. Ooh, this is another thing. Big thing.
Oh yeah. Only problem here is trashing, I guess. Well, there's goat, but still maybe not. Maybe doesn't keep up with mountebank quite. But at least it's not quite as messy as I was thinking.
Yeah, and you can just get lots of wharfs and put them in play.
It's definitely possible that one person builds a deck that gets clean and one person is just buried.
If you fall behind early and get junked by a deck that's getting thin, then it's game over.
Yeah. If you miss a mountebank or it gets blocked, or if that gets lopsided at all, it can definitely run away.
So he's going for the ghost town open, maybe hoping to hit 5, and like drawing the goat here for Marcus would be the best.
There you go.
Oh, there it is.
Do you take the mountebank or the wharf?
I think I could have seen wharf there as well, but both are fine, I guess.
Yeah. Both definitely good, but It's not clear to me which is better.
I mean, Worf is nice in that you play goat even more often, right?
Yeah. This is
that's a good point. Not playing Ghost Town there.
yeah. There's not really any upside besides maybe a state trash, because you still have the $5 either way.
Yeah, now this next hand is not gonna be good, so I think that was a mistake to play the Ghost Town.
Yeah. Worf easy here. Yeah, I think you take that for sure.
Nice pixie.
You just pick up more pixies. I'd probably do all pixies, not a second ghost town on the turn I already have a ghost town in hand.
Yeah, it doesn't really need a second one in play.
Yeah, I wait till the next turn. I mean, you don't have to have more than two, because you buy Academy at some point, I think.
Yeah, I think you wanna get it soon, right? Just so you can easily play all your stuff. Don't have to buy villas, or I mean, you can work around with Villa and Ghost Town, but Academy just makes it so easy to play everything.
I guess the problem with Academy is that the pixies run out, and then you're buying Harbingers or something. I mean, I guess you still buy villas, and then you just have,
Yeah.
I don't know. He probably runs away with it before then, just by buying Wharfs.
He seems solidly ahead right now.
Mm-hmm.
Also got the Flames gift to get even thinner, even faster.
Mm-hmm.
Did bottom deck his second Wharf though.
Yep. Maybe here in Academy.
Yeah, this seems like a good spot, right?
And he has, yeah.
I think trashing copper over curse sounds good.
This is a little strange. I'm not sure. I don't love the replace.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like the best spot to do it. I mean, skipping Academy is definitely possible, but I think you're just making life harder for you and limiting what you can do, because these villagers are so good.
Look at this. This would have been beautiful.
Yeah.
If he'd gotten the Academy.
I mean, he can still play it all, but he has to buy a villa, and that villa could then be a Wharf buy if you had Academy. Replace non-terminal with Academy, yeah.
Sort of. I mean, the pixies are going to run out. But I guess you change your villas into stuff too. That's nice.
Yeah. So Ghost Town here, I guess. Yeah.
I don't think I'm not really complaining about what Marcus is doing. I think it'll win quite easily, but I kind of like the Academy back whenever.
Yeah, definitely. Now could be another time to get it.
He's actually clean enough. The silvers are quite nice.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you could buy Academy once and spend $5, or you could buy villas all the time and spend $4 every time. I think Academy is better in that respect.
Yeah, I agree.
You can ironworks for villas, of course. That's also good.
Mm-hmm. I would rather do that with Academy.
Yeah, then it's even better. That's a nice boon.
I'm not sure if you... I'd have to count there, actually, to check it, but it's probably fine. Yes, I agree, Psycho.
That sounds good, yeah. He wants to have one outright. And it also draws up the silvers.
Which means it should be... You should play the... You should do it on the Ghost Town. You should replace the Ghost Town and Wharf and draw it. You would have played the Villa, you would have got the silvers down too. He's drawing it anyway, so that's good. I don't know what... I feel like doing it the other way is better, but this is one way to do it.
Yeah.
Nasmith has also not yet managed to gain a single labyrinth point.
Oh yeah, true.
So this was just really rough for him all throughout. So it's a resignation. So 2-2.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Like it went how we said in the beginning, right? That it might get lopsided. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah. Which a big part of that was, well, first player and then also the... Why do the names... Is somebody hacking? Steph must be hacking.
What's happening?
Do you look at their names in chat and in everywhere?
Looks normal to me.
You don't see the B?
Whose names? Whose names?
Marcus and Nasmith.
Oh, there's not. They look normal to me.
Oh. Well, their names... It must be a reload thing or something. Their names are... The A's are replaced with B's.
Well, now it's not loading for me anymore.
Steph probably broke it. Broke everything.
Was worth it. Was worth it. Oh yeah, now I've got it. Nice.
It's supposed to be funny, freaky.
So, what's on Druid? Nothing good. So, Caravan is the only way to draw here. And guess you build something where you have some caravans and money in, get a fortune. You could also try printing lots of monuments, but that sounds like it takes a lot of time.
Yeah. I guess you just have caravans. I don't know. There's not much you can do. I mean, you can get a crypt, some crypts.
Yeah.
I feel like might be okay.
Yeah, true. Good crypt, putting all those the coppers aside. If you can hit that, that's really good.
Just have some crypts, or have 2 or 3 crypts, caravans, and some artificers, and maybe, I guess, I don't know what you do with your terminal.
Well, maybe Gladiator, right? You wanna get to fortune?
Yeah.
You don't have to, but that's good.
You wouldn't have to. I mean, I guess you can just see what your opponent's doing.
Yeah.
You don't have to have it if you're ahead or something.
Yeah, that's true. Any Smith can top deck an Artificer every turn.
Incredible. Right. I don't know if the dungeons are that good.
Oh.
I wasn't in love with Naismith's turn 4 there. Dungeon silver versus getting a 4 or a 5 doesn't really look that nice to me.
Yeah, I'd rather like get a caravan or artifice.
Not that like they're bad, that the games were bad, but I don't think I like it best.
Yeah, I think for now, gaining as many caravans as you can sounds good. Not sure.
Yeah.
It will also help you get off good crypts and such stuff.
Yep.
Borrows for an artificer. Could have just been a caravan, I think.
I think I would have. The dungeons to me are not persuasive. I would have much rather top deck a caravan there.
Yeah, that sounded good. Discarding for caravan.
I would have rather have a caravan down in play than the dungeon, I think. This is not even good timing for the dungeon either. Like this discard into this shuffle is not.
Yeah, right.
No, there's nothing particularly nice about it. I mean, I guess it's fine, but. And you don't need more you don't need more artificers either once you have a couple. I mean, not before caravans anyway.
Yeah. Huh. I wonder if you can set up the Prince Monuments thing. I don't know.
Johns, what was the win I missed? Tell me in the streams. Don't just say it and then don't describe it.
It was gain a copper of the first Artificer play, I think, and then Tragic Hero on the second Artificer.
That wasn't the game. That wasn't the game he commented it on, though. Unless, because I won that game.
Oh, it was the thing he was referring to.
Oh, well, it didn't make any sense with the context then. Just that it was long. I see.
Yeah, the win was kinda cute. That was there, like gaining copper of the Artificer. That was cool trick, but hard to spot.
Well, I mean, I was thinking about it later. I just didn't see how it worked out with number of cards in the Tragic Hero. I mean, I was thinking along those lines, but.
I mean, I didn't count it out, but people seemed to agree that gaining a copper would be enough there. So I don't know if it's actually true.
I don't know, Psycho. It wasn't It kind of looked like you were in it. I mean, I got nervous about it, but I don't know if you were actually in it or if it just sort of looked that way, given the relative decks and the amount of alt VP. But I certainly agree that I might have needed to province sooner. I mean, that was the thing I was talking about, but of course you can't hear me.
So Marcus got a crypt now, and he's got lots of caravans in play, so he could get a good crypt off here if he draws it.
Mm-hmm.
These dungeons suck. Yeah, they're not. Reducing the hand size is kind of awkward.
Well, they don't have anything good to filter to. I mean, like you're just cycling coppers.
Yeah, true.
They don't. It's not like you're playing them to get to your Trasher or your Mountebank or whatever thing.
Yeah. Just spinning through the deck. Oh, that's sad that he didn't get the crypt there.
Yeah. But on the other hand, he's getting it on a hand with 2 caravans at least, so.
Oh, that's also fine. Oh, any Smith got a crypt as well. And maybe gets a good one here. Yeah, with 2 dungeons in play. And
you can print your dungeon so that you can get rid of them.
Yeah, Prince is not doing a lot here, right? Besides the monument thing, but it's just slow. Just too slow. Oh, maybe not. I could be totally wrong.
I mean, they're not
too slow.
They're not doing anything, so.
Yeah, right. I mean, the game has felt really slow so far. So, ooh, a 7 card discard.
Getting that King's Court on the second page.
Everything is slow. Yeah. I mean, all those princes you buy, though, they could be provinces, but only one person has to empty the provinces. It takes a really long time, I guess.
I think Steph just wants one. This is a great crypt.
Yeah. Excellent crypt. One prince more than my opponent, and then you do it until princes and monuments run.
Maybe we can have another 130-point game, monument game.
Oh yeah.
Our second in as many weeks.
Now he's got to think about just how many. Ooh.
I just
not want to put this stuff aside. Okay.
I disagree.
That's interesting. Seemed like a really nice opportunity. I mean, he's got all these dungeons, so they wanna be able to filter some stuff.
Yeah. Now the crypt comes back really soon. And you're not going to get a hand like that again because you're just adding other junk. It's just gonna. It's just terrible.
Maybe he can Artificer for Prince now, right? But he can't then pick it up and play it. He would need like one more hand size.
How many caravans did he play? 2? So he's just getting to Yeah, he can't. He can gain it, but he can't play it.
Yeah. He'd really need 10 to gain and play it, right? Because you need to draw it and you need a card in hand that you want to play it on.
Yeah.
So Marcus goes for the province there. Reasonable, I guess. Smith should gain and play Gladiator now. Well, that's... I think that was in response to stopping making sense, so...
Nizzy Smith. Mazurkus.
So right now they are provincing. N.A. Smith has the monument, which might be nice, the points that he accumulates over the turns if they just keep on provincing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if they just province and mostly nobody misses, he'll win.
Yeah.
Unless Marcus adds one. Mysterious Forces, Ravenshard. Mysterious Forces. I can't wait till this, like, breaks something in the database. It completely breaks their ranking or something.
Just all records lost. N.A. Smith, 10,000 games or something.
Yeah.
Breaking for the joke.
Yeah, he's a grinder, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, so seems like just single provincing. N.A. Smith's script will return next turn, which will be an issue for him, I guess.
If all you wanted to do is what they're doing right now, you could have started doing it a long time before this.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I don't know. I mean, you need to prepare in some sense, but I don't know.
So, well, when it gets down to 2 provinces, you need to mind a bit that your opponent could maybe Artificer, but it seems hard to province and Artificer for a duchy. So if they have many caravans played, maybe.
Yeah, it would take some lopsided caravans or something like that.
Yeah.
It would take lopsided hands of some sort. You'd need a concentration of the high-value treasures and a caravan draw.
Yeah. I mean, there's also Borrow, which helps as well for hitting 8 after discarding. So it's not...
Yeah.
It's not unthinkable.
They also have to not have drawn the dungeons that turn too.
Yeah.
Because those kill it.
He did. Marcus played 1 so far, right? This turn. There's another one. Guess he could play it and buy a province.
Maybe he can take this chance to gain another dungeon. Draw it and play it.
It's gotta be even. 4 dungeons. Better than 3.
Now you discard 2 coppers to draw a green, probably.
Yeah.
Fortunately, draw some artificers. I mean, Naismith can... I guess not yet, but... at some point, we'll probably have a chance where it's okay for him to take the province.
Yeah. These two VP from the monument are really nice now.
I mean, if he gets another monument play and say maybe he gains like an estate. He also... I guess he doesn't necessarily want to tie.
So, I guess Marcus, maybe he goes for it here. Probably right, the longer it goes. I mean, it's just gonna be more monument plays and chances will not become better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks like suicide, but what are you gonna do?
Now Naismith gets another crypt.
This is gonna be a nice crypt.
Yeah, like now it's going to become basically impossible.
Yeah.
Because of the crypt.
Well, I guess you play the monument and set one fewer copper aside. That seems worth it.
You should just set everything aside, yeah.
Yeah.
So that you have the option to take the gold whenever you want, and then Marcus needs to gain a monument, actually.
Oh, but also kind of seems too late now, right?
Well, he could have gained it and played it, and he can still buy a duchy.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I mean, the next time Naismith plays at the monument, then he kind of he might have a ability to just buy province. I mean, as long as Marcus is starting to put VP down, I mean, I guess he'd double duchy. That's the thing. Like, he still can't province here. Maybe double duchy is the thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it also seems like, I mean, that's making the game longer and getting in more monument plays.
Yeah.
It's not getting better.
Naismith's going to be able to do it too. If he wants. Though he took the wrong treasure if he wanted to do that. I guess he hasn't picked yet. Never mind. Yeah, because if he wants to double duchy, then he should probably take the
Gold, right?
Or
Silver.
silver might be safe enough, yeah.
Yeah. And then you can play the dungeon afterwards to clear the duchy from the top of the shuffle.
I guess not impossible.
Yeah, if Marcus gets double duchy again after this, that would be really good for him, right?
Yeah. Though it's pretty hard for him to do it again.
Yeah. If both get one duchy, then he's pretty lost.
Yeah, because that gold's just sitting there waiting.
Yeah, it doesn't even hit one duchy here.
Well, he has one for sure if he wants it.
Oh, yeah, true. With the artificer. Oh, and there's borrow, so it was actually enough.
But yeah, Nasmith then getting the last one here and playing a dungeon and getting some duration stuff down and whatever is going to make it. Nasmith can even take I guess that doesn't make any sense. He could take I don't know if anything helps him really.
Yeah.
I mean, just a silver, I guess, is pretty good.
Right.
Or Gladiator. Gladiator is probably reasonable.
Can hit 3, right?
Yeah. No, now things are completely over.
Yeah.
they're the opposite of really interesting.
Now he's just lost. Now he needs to buy province.
I definitely think there was turns where Marcus could have added the monument sooner, but maybe I'm wrong. I mean, there certainly would have been turns where he can do it. I just don't know what it would have cost him to do it.
Yeah, the monument was a really nice addition from nasmith to his deck. Really put him in a good spot in this game.
Just imagine if it had been princed.
And then if there was a second one princed.
Yeah.
Or a third one. I think he has to take province now, right? I mean, what else are you gonna do? No.
Apparently he's trying to double, but I don't think that's possible.
Yeah, that's probably what he's going for, right? But how is he gonna hit 16? And also there won't be 2 provinces left after this.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he can just hit resign, but I like how Nasmith doesn't even take the gold because he's
can just sit there. Yeah.
Even though that's like, I mean, there's never half VP here, but it is essentially.
Yeah.
Big double estate.
Oh, that's the game.
Well, I'm not convinced by everything they did there. But there was...
It took a pretty long time. Well, but they were also duchy dancing, so...
Yeah. But there was also... it was certainly not a board where you could build cleanly.
Yeah. So this is a match point for nasmith, but so far it was always first player. Maybe Marcus brings it back to 3-3. So, champion, lots of smithies, capitals, maybe. So, stuff like that.
Yeah. Just get going on the page line and then see from there.
Page overlord, so you can play it as a sentry.
Yeah. Or junk dealer. Sometimes you'll want that.
Yeah, true.
It's nice tech, or sometimes Bailey, I guess.
Oh, that would be brutal, like hitting warrior with Bailey or something that just wins you the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like if you don't want to trigger the shuffle, which you don't, you do the junk dealer this time.
Yeah. Oh, that's a pretty cool option.
You probably take another overlord.
Yeah,
I mean,
that
you
sounds
could
good.
do a second page as well, I guess.
Hmm.
But I think you probably do the second overlord.
Yeah, like 2 sentry plays here or sentry junk dealer. That's excellent.
Does Naismith want to do it like that? Is that right? Shouldn't he also do a junk dealer? Maybe it's not. It's not clear to me. Maybe that's right.
Hmm.
Because if he had gotten 2 trashes, then the I guess if you get 2 trashes, it's, I don't know.
Oh, you mean because of shuffle management? That the junk dealer might have been better?
Yeah.
Okay.
People like the sentry though in chat, so.
Hmm. There's also tower here, which I'm not sure if it's gonna be relevant. Probably not, because it just built up to a really huge turn and empty some
This
stuff.
could be a smithy. But he goes with another page. Seems fine. You have to sort of watch your deck. There, if you watch your opponent's deck, there may be a point where you think, oh, it's better to do Bailey
Yeah.
than one of the trashers.
Yeah, like if you know that warrior is on top.
Yeah, or just if there's a chance.
It was kind of important for him that he drew the warrior there. Not
Yep.
losing a turn.
You could also just buy Bailey here.
I don't know. I mean, there's gonna be champion outright, and then it's just a cantrip. So
Yeah, I mean it's basically just banking on trying to hit their hero.
Right, it can also hit the hero, not only the warrior. Can also hit the champion.
It can also hit champion, so you get shots at more things. The main, I guess,
that would be crazy.
I guess the other thing is it means your opponent can't do it. Is kind of because I'm thinking it's not unreasonable for Marcus to take a stab at it here.
I think
No.
Marcus, you just played.
Or not, sorry, not Marcus, but of Naismith. I mean, on this turn now, it wouldn't have been unreasonable to go for the Baileys here, but he didn't hit it. But
yeah, but that was good. I think going for it. If you win the hero, if you hit the hero, you're won.
yeah,
Well, maybe not, because they can also hit your hero.
yeah,
This could get spicy now. These next turns.
yeah. But if you buy the Bailey, you're the only one who has that opportunity. I mean, I didn't hate Marcus's buy of another Overlord or anything, but
that's true.
You
Oh, let's see if Marcus can hit the thing. Oh no, it's in hand.
It's in hand, but like I think it makes sense to try it. To be honest, I mean, I don't. He's pretty clean.
You could also try to get his. Well, no, that's not gonna work. Getting his deck down to 5, and that's maybe a bit.
So he killed a treasure hunter, which is useful.
Yeah.
Because you want a second line here because you want to have a hero.
Maybe you buy Bailey now to not get your champ trap.
I would. I don't like those two things together. I wish it had happened
It can still happen now. Marcus can still.
Yeah. No, but I wish it had happened
champion.
to. I wish it had happened to Marcus, because of the buys specifically.
Now it can happen. It's not in hand.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, 2 overlords. 2 coppers.
Oh, we didn't get there. The thing is, like, yeah, I didn't like his gains. He should buy it. Well, I guess he just buys an overlord, but the silvers are pretty sad.
Though these overlords, they can be smithies now, so he shouldn't have trouble drawing.
Now none of the fun thing happens.
That's sad. I wanted to see some traveler trashing. So Bailey. I mean, they are probably glad it didn't happen to them, but
Marcus bought pilgrimage, but he doesn't actually have anywhere near 3 pilgrimage targets.
Just overlords, right?
He just
Capital,
has overlords and capital, I guess. Yeah, but like he can gain the capitals. Yeah, all this stuff is okay, but I would rather be pilgrimaging a smithy.
Yeah. And then you can turn this warrior into a hero that gains capitals for more buys, and then you can empty provinces over 2 turns or something. Looking like we're going for a game 7 at the moment. Marcus well ahead.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's not. NA Smith isn't too far behind, but the turn is all you need here.
I guess just another Well, if he's not going to pilgrimage again, it's just another overlord. If you do want to try to pilgrimage at some point, then it makes sense to get a smithy, but
yeah. I mean, he can dud, right? He's got lots of treasure in his deck.
yeah, he can definitely dud. Definitely.
This lead could turn around.
But he didn't. He should play the hero first and do one of them as library.
Oh, he resigns. That was a bit of an odd spot to resign, but I mean, it's fine, but
yeah, you would usually wait to see what the opponent's turn was.
Yeah. Okay, we get the Armageddon.
Final game 7 alert. Let the people know.
So if anybody doesn't know, this is a random starting player, and player 2 wins the tie in this game. Ooh, this is also a board to be player 1 on.
Inventor, Silk Merchant, Lost Arts. It's gonna be a thing. Yeah, ignore familiar for sure. 4-3 probably you go Silk Merchant remake.
That sounds good.
3-4 is, I guess, just silver Silk Merchant. I don't know. You probably need a remake. Well, I don't know. 3-4 sucks.
Yeah. 4-3 is so much better. I lost arts on something. Sounds
Yeah,
good.
you'll throw Lost Arts on Silker Inventor probably.
Yeah. Inventor also nice. Lost arts in them. might not even need it. That's also true.
I think you probably need it. I think you probably want it, I guess.
Yeah, I think you want it.
To
Dame Natalie on top is also nice if you manage to play an inventor before
yeah.
against Silk Merchants. So, good night on top.
Yeah. She's good. It might be kind of hard to gain her over something else at some points. I hate that. You're gonna suck on those coppers for the rest of the game. I think you're just gonna be chewing on those coppers for forever. I don't know if you get a crossroads or not. It's the kind of thing, Steph, it's the kind of thing that your article leads to. Your dumb Player 2 article. This is your fault. This is 100% your fault.
So this could be here. Marcus might get a crossroads together with a 5 cost. But just another Silk Merchant is also nice.
Yeah, I guess you go into another Night Watchman. Just silver, that seems fine too. Just buy another silk, yeah.
Yeah. Is this resignable yet? I mean, it's game 7. You don't want to resign it, but doesn't look good. Doesn't look good at all.
No.
Two silks and a crossroads. And then you could put lost arts on them later. Lost arts plus silk is also
it's not clear you have to like win the split, you know. But I think this is fine.
Still got lots of villagers, so you can delay the lost arts buy.
Yeah.
And yeah, then you can go into inventors, I guess. And you wanna go into inventors. Yeah, it's gonna pile so fast. He's gonna have so many buys from Silk Merchants. You can play some inventors, then everything is free.
Yeah.
Like, this is so lost for N.A. Smith already.
I don't know that he should play out all this stuff either, Marcus, that is. Well, now he has the... I'm not sure you want all the villagers gone. But it should be okay. I'm just not 100% sure of that. Just lost arts inventor, I guess.
Yeah. many silks?
Now the crossroads is really good. Once you have the lost arts on the silk merchants, the crossroads becomes really, really good. But
Yeah.
no, I don't think you do that until you can draw them. I don't think you do the silvers into inventors until you can draw them after doing it. So I definitely prefer the coppers there. It doesn't do you any particular good to have inventors in your deck a bunch right now, I don't think. I mean, I don't know. It's not going to be that bad one way or the other, but now you're buying count, which is just because you had a banquet at the start for some reason.
Count is not, doesn't sound like it.
I would also, here I would just play the remake. And I would not use the villager. Natalie is not unreasonable.
It's actually kind of nice, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of good stuff to hit in nasmith's deck, and she can gain inventors.
I'm not convinced. Is he going to go Natalie Lost City? Double Lost City. Huh.
I think I like Natalie there.
Yeah. It's not the worst thing in the world to lose the villager since he knew he had the crossroads, but this seems okay.
A double LC, of course, is... Yeah, that's a good point. The overdraw will be handy.
Yeah. Yeah. Overdraw is like the main thing for Inventor. Like the only thing really that matters. That's part of why the coppers were so terrible to take into the deck.
So I think he should have a win on this turn. Marcus,
He should be close to it at the very least. Yeah, this should be...
Playing inventors should easily win.
Yeah. Yeah, four overdraw is way more than enough. You can even chain a little bit of the overdraw if you get Lost Cities in there.
Yeah, just needs to count it out now, but this should be in hand easily.
Yeah, you don't even have to. You have so many buys, you don't really have to count. you can just start gaining the inventors.
Yeah, I could start with 2 inventors, inventor.
Yeah.
Draw them.
Yeah, and then that's already like way more than you need.
Yeah. Inventors Lost Cities, yeah.
Yeah,
So.
or Inventor's Estate will work. I mean,
Yeah.
Inventor's Duchies will work. I think so.
You can pick what you want, basically.
Yeah, you can just... There are things. So Marcus is returning. I'll be inundated with... Well, he's not German, but nearly inundated with Germans.
Yeah, they need to stay in there, so when I get back, there'll be lots of Germans in A.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's not over yet, but I think he will be able to pull off this pile out.
Except you really want to lower the inventors because of the price reduction, and you have 1 million buys. The Natalie is really bad.
Yeah, that's true. Like, why would you gain Natalie if you lower? Doesn't make any sense. So maybe he doesn't see it.
You really don't want to give your opponents turns here, because then they will find these things.
Yeah. I mean, he should still have it.
I mean, it may still be in hand. I haven't checked.
Yeah, I mean, he still has the remake plays to gain more inventors and stuff. So he still easily has it.
Yeah. I mean, he can gain inventors still.
Yeah. Remaking coppers into inventors.
Yeah.
Draw them, play them, and easy pile out.
Well, as long as he finds something, that's all that matters. So we had all three player or all first player wins.
All first player, yeah. 7-0 for the first guy. Okay. Congratulations to Marcus for getting back into A.
Yep.
Well played to both players. Sad for Nasmith that he missed it there. So by by one game, and also a game that it's really hard to win as player 2.
Well, didn't he have to play a playoff with you also?
Yeah.
So, and then you didn't even use it.
Yeah, then he got another chance, but now this thing happened. So
all you did was take away his dream, and
yeah, basically.
then threw it in the garbage. Okay. Well, thanks for talking with me.
Yeah.
And hope you come back to the league soon so we can play.
Yeah.
And
when we will be playing with horses, I'll be back.
Okay.
So
Cool.
looking forward to that.
Cool. All right. Well,
thank you everybody for watching, listening. See you next time. Goodbye.
see ya.